Good Monday morning to you. My name is Josh, and I get the absolute pleasure of serving as the online ministries director right here at Pekin First. I want to remind everyone to like, follow, and subscribe to this podcast. This is the Monday update. You just never know when if you like, follow, and subscribe, and you share it. You never know who's looking for just an upbeat message to get their Monday morning started. All right, let's do a recap of this week. The cool, crisp mornings just keep coming, right? Sunday morning on my way to church, just I had to defrost the truck, number one, so it was definitely crisp. But coming down Court Street, look over, and the fog coming up off of the lagoon was fantastic. Just a beautiful, beautiful scene. Halloween, I hope you had a fantastic Halloween. I forgot what it was like to have a small town Halloween. We went and seen our grandson Jack, who lives in Farmington, and the small town Halloween is people sitting out on their front porches, and I don't know if that's a Farmington thing or the police are running around handing out candy. The fire trucks are running around handing out candy. It's just a small town Halloween is just something to experience for sure. And the weather, right? The weather was fantastic. It was like perfect weather. It was decent until until after sunset, and then it started to cool down a little bit, got a little chilly. But it was just great weather, partly cloudy, and it was I looked up and the clouds are kind of moving underneath the moon. Just a perfect Halloween for sure. Halloween's not exactly my favorite holiday or whatever you want to call it, but it was perfect for sure. It was definitely a good Halloween. Speaking of weather, today is going to be 63. Here we go. We're going to head uphill and we're going to do a little warm up. Here midweek, today is going to be 63 and sunny. Tomorrow is going to be 67, partly cloudy, and Wednesday 68 and mostly sunny. After Wednesday, though, it looks like the temperatures start to slide back down, and by the weekend, we end up in the mid 60s with a chance of rain. So make your plans accordingly. Now, we all know that can change, right? Weather changes so fast. So, but it looks like it's going to cool back down in the mid 60s. Perfect fall weather. Me and Zena were just talking the other day about how this has been, it seems like the longest, prettiest fall ever. It seems like the trees usually change. They go to their beautiful colors one day, and the next day, whoop, they're on the ground, right? This year, it seems like they've hung out longer. It seems like the weather has been nicer, a little warmer. With the cool, crisp mornings, it seems like it's been a very long fall, beautiful fall. So we've been very, very blessed for sure. Current faith growth that you can do in and around Pekin First. The Pekin First podcast this week, we did a recap of the UMC 101 class that happened here at the church. Now, there's some hot button topics here, and Pastor Sean does a fantastic way of just bringing those into light of how, as a Christian, how we look at those, or keeping ourselves centered. No matter what you believe, God said love everybody, right? And that's a saying of mine. Well, it's not a saying of mine, but God said love everybody, and that's a constant reminder I have to remind myself is God said love everybody. So it's a lot of hot button topics. I encourage you to listen this week, and that was the Pekin First podcast. If you want to hear the UMC 101, all 4 classes, we have it on our website. Just go to pekinfirst.org, go to digital content, and then down to UMC 101. It is right there. There's 4 classes. They're about an hour long each, and just great material in there. Great material. If you're thinking about joining any church, look at becoming a Methodist. It's a great way to center yourself and stay centered for sure. So if you are a Methodist and need just a kind of a refresher, it's there for you as well. All right. We have cool things happening, new Bible studies happening. Sunday, this one's already started, but Sundays at 9 a.m. we have what's called the Parables of Jesus. And this is a new study led by Val Melee, and it happens every Sunday at 9 a.m. in the youth room. There is no book required, so you can literally just hop on in. And Val has a unique way of going into stories in depth and just for what we call for somebody who doesn't know the Bible very well, it's a great relief because she goes so in depth. And she just has a unique way of doing it. And she's also a lay speaker here at the church, so she's very, very good at just explaining stuff like that. We also have a upcoming Bible study on Christmas from the Backside is what it's called. And Debbie Helmick did something similar last year, I believe, but from what she sent me and what she's told me about is this is just Christmas from an outside view, right? And it's not from the inner circle, if you will, of Jesus. It's kind of from the outside view. So this should be awesome. She did something similar last year, like I said. This will happen Tuesdays at 9 a.m. starting in mid-November. So if you want to sign up for this, email info@beaconfirst.org, or in the back of the sanctuary if you happen to be in the church. There's a sign-up sheet in the back. Things happening in ministry. I don't say it enough, and Emmy and Miss Diane do a fantastic job with Unite Kids. Unite Kids happens from Wednesdays from 6 to 7, and it happens along with Bible Buddies. Unite Kids is pre-K through second grade, and Bible Buddies is third through sixth. Now, this happens at Grace. This is a combined ministry with Grace, and it happens at Grace through the winter. Kids and families ministry is always challenging, and Emmy and Diane do a fantastic job with Unite Kids and Bible Buddies and Children's Church on Sunday. If you have kids and you want to come to church, there's Children's Church for them at 10 a.m. On Sundays and at 6 p.m. on Saturday nights. So bring your kids, let them go to Children's Church. We have the Rock Kids that happens over at the Pekin Housing. That happens once a month. Get involved with the kids and family ministry. They do a fantastic job, extremely organized for being a children's ministry. Extremely organized, and Emmy is a pleasure to work with, and so is Miss Diane. So encourage you to get involved there. The Heart to Home Ministry is a way to visit those over the winter. So it's with it getting cold, a lot of people, they don't get out as much. Weather happens, or health reasons, or age, or whatever it is. The people can't get out as much. So what this ministry does is gifts and meals from the church. People need to deliver that stuff and visit with these people. And the key is to visit with these people, even if you don't have a gift or a meal or whatever, to go visit with them. And it brightens their day. And it's a very important ministry, especially going into winter. So just come to the church. We'll get you a list. Go visit people. It's a fantastic way to give back to those who are that don't get out as much over the winter, for sure. Speaking of food, we had a group go to the Midwest Food Bank this week, and pack boxes for food for shelters and just for the Midwest Food Bank. Thank you to those volunteers. In a time of need, especially now, it's great to see Pekin First giving back in every way that they can through the Midwest Food Bank, which will also happen again next month. We'll get dates out to you. So if you're interested in doing the Midwest Food Bank, email info@beaconfirst.org or get a hold of Debbie Helmick. We have the open table that happened this week as well, November 1st, and it was quite busy, where we provide a hot meal for those who need it. It's just in the time of need is now. And to get involved in these ministries is super important. So we ask everybody to, if you feel you can give a little bit to these ministries, and because they're super important right now. And if you need the service that these ministries offer, contact the church, or you can come to the Open Table Cafe. I don't know if they're going to do it again before the end of the year, but we also have snack packs, which is going to be super important now. It just, the need is so great, and Jesus wants us to feed people. So that's what we're doing, helping those who are less fortunate and just getting a good meal in their bodies for sure. Speaking of good meals, November 8th and 9th, soup and dessert to go. The United Methodist Women are going to provide soups and dessert. Let's embrace the cooler weather, right? Those cool, crisp mornings and even the cool, crisp evenings now. And a little bit of soup and dessert. They're going to pack that to go. You can pick that up after service the 8th and the 9th of November. So after Saturday service and after both Sunday services, you can pick up soup and dessert. Just walk up and say, I want some soup and dessert. And all proceeds will go to, so it's donation based. So all proceeds will go to Providence Place. Spoiler alert. There we go. Providence Place is moving very quickly now. And so we're going to get an update from a special guest on the Pekin First podcast this week. Super excited about this. Sean's going to be gone this week, so I've invited a special guest in to give us an update on the Pekin First podcast. Cannot wait for that. That's very exciting. So if you've been wondering what's happening with Providence Place and Karis Place and the Rock House Ministry, this podcast coming up is your podcast for sure. Monday Mindful Moments. The food pantries in the area, I just want to give a shout out to the Pekin community and how they responded. There was the Hope Chest does a food pantry once a week, and they experienced a shortage of food because the need was so great. And so they did hey, we need help, and the Pekin community stepped up. And I love to see honestly, that's what I love about this community. When there's a need, this community will step up. Always has. I believe it always will. And we helped fill the Hope Chest with food so that this last week, they could have their food drive or their food bank open, and we could try to feed as many people as possible. So I just want to give a shout out to the Pekin community. They did a fantastic job and are doing a fantastic job of keeping the food pantries full, and just also the surrounding communities, because it's not just the Pekin community that supports these. It's smaller communities, Tremont and Bartonville, and just all those people that keep those food pantries full. So I just wanted to say thank you and great job, Pekin and surrounding areas, for helping feed people as Jesus has asked us to do. So just remember, God put us here to do great things. So let's go do great things.